Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Kashfi by Ibrahim.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amir, Jasman.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Firdaus.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Nazim Syahmi bin Jafar.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faez.
So let me start by introducing Malaysia Local Government Act 1976. The Local Government Act 1976 is a Malaysian law that consolidates and updates local government laws. It is divided into 16 parts and is overseen by the Ministry of Housing and Local Government. Local government, also known as local authorities, play a crucial role in advancing policies and facilitating the accomplishment of federal and state government goals and programs. They have the authority to provide goods and services, issue licenses and permits, collect taxes, plan and manage urban areas, and provide public facilities. Malaysia has 4 different categories of local government: district councils, special or modified local council, municipal council and city councils. The current number of local authorities in Malaysia is 155. So shall we continue with the background of Majlis Pembenaran Klang? Let me say back into the years of 1890 where the Klang Municipal Council MPK is formerly known as the Klang Health Board. It is administered by the first chairman of CHA Turkey and is under the auspice of the late Sultan Abdul Samad Ibnu the late Tunku Panglima Besar Raja Abdullah. With the population of 4,705 people. Living 2 years on, year 1926, the area was combined with Port Swettenham. Then they had become Klang Town Board in December 1945, which administered by the Klang District Officer and is under the auspice of the late Sultan Hishamuddin Alam Shah Ibni the late Sultan Alauddin Sulaiman Shah, with a total population of 42,945 people. The Klang Municipal Council is the local authority that administers the city of Klang and is overseen by the Selangor State Government. From the history, the agency has undergone multiple changes in administration and the name, starting as the Klang Local Authority in 1890 and becoming the Klang Municipal Council in 1977. The Klang Municipal Council was established under the Local Government Act 1976 and is currently led by a president and assisted by a secretary. The agency is overseen by the Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj with 22 council members and 13 departments and 2 divisions. The total population of the Klang is 848,149 people accumulatively now. Moving on to the Klang Municipal Council function, which is a multi-purpose organisation that delivers a variety of services including housing, planning, traffic, economic development and community development, also amenities. 5 of the organisation functions are Management Service Department that handles human resources, personnel, asset relocation and record management. Town Planning Department, which controls the development of the whole Klang district and ensures planned development of a comprehensive land use plan. Building Department assigned to supervise all building construction including building plan, approvals, monitoring building license and building design plan for council land projects. Legal Department will handle legislative prosecution, drafting and enforcement issues. Park and Recreational Department is in charge of landscape development and maintenance within administrative area of MPK. That's all from me, thank you.
And I will continue with the power of local government. Firstly is the power to collect taxes. Properties in the MPK area have to pay assessment tax set by the Klang Municipal Council. This tax is authorized by Part 15, Section 127 of the Local Government Act 1976, which gives the Klang Municipal Council the power to set rates for properties. This includes all types of privately owned properties and undeveloped land are all subject to assessment tax. So this tax is used to pay for services like garbage collection, road cleaning, infrastructure and public amenities. Property owners have to pay this tax twice a year from January 1st to February 28 and from July 1st to August 30. Continue to the next power to create laws and rules. A bylaw is a set of rules established by a local government body. Klang Municipal Council can create, change or cancel bylaws as required within its jurisdiction. The authority can create these bylaws is granted by the Local Government Act 1976 and the Road, Drains and Buildings Act 1974 and must be approved by the state authority. So here is the bylaws of MPK. Continue to the third power, which is a power to grant licenses and permits. To run a private parking or dog license in MPK area, firstly, they need to get a license or permit. A license is a yearly permission to do business and must be renewed annually, but a permit is a temporary permission and valid for 6 months. Next power is a power to provide basic amenities, collecting and managing waste and garbage. The Klang Municipal Council provide amenities for the community such as education, transportation, emergency service, toilets, parking lots, recreation and sport facilities. So they will make sure these amenities are easily accessible and encourage their use by the community. The council also maintains these amenities and make sure they are clean and functional, especially the public toilets. This is important for personal and public health and the livability of the city. Public toilets are essential for humanity and especially important for people with disabilities. Continue with the power of planning and development control. The local planning authority creates a plan for the areas under its jurisdiction to help with planning and development. This plan is called the local plan. It explains the structural plan in more detail and includes written explanation and diagrams that demonstrate how the recommendation in the structural plan will be implemented in the specific area under the jurisdiction of the local planning authority. Lastly is the power to arrest. Section 121 of Act 171 allows local government officials to arrest someone without a warrant if they suspect they are guilty under this act. If an individual refuses to reveal their identity and there are other doubts, they can be detained. The arrested person will be held in custody and brought before a magistrate court unless their identity can be confirmed earlier. If their information is verified, they won't have to appear in court. So that's all from me. Thank you.
I will be presenting on MPK's sources of revenue. So before that, we need to know what is a source of revenue. It is basically a source of income that obtained from any regular activities like sales, fees, interest, permits and royalties that the public pays to the local government. So in this case, we interviewed with Puan Maisara Abdul Ghani. She said that in order to harmonize the local municipality into a single and healthy community and to increase the state authorities' revenue, it is crucial to collect all forms of money. So in this case, MPK said that their income sources is from their rating and tax assessment, rental income, compound, licensing and charges. According to Yang di-Petua Datuk Mohamad Yasibidin, it was over 170 million was collected on rating and tax assessment alone. And there was an increase of 4.4 million on a year ahead. This is because of the establishment of a task force unit where officers are given a task to collect assessment taxes after hours. So there another source of income is license and permit, where the license are the permission fees that paid by the interested Klang resident for particular rights and abilities. The differences between license and permit: the license must be renewed annually and give the resident to do any kind of commercial activity for 12 months. Example of license are like dog license, advertisement license, business trade license and many more. And then we have permit, which is a temporary document that gives resident permission to carry out any activities up to 6 months. So next is rental income, where MPK collect their rental income from a tenant under the terms of rental agreement. So if the renters fail to pay the rent, rental agreement will be accrued. MPK also offers a service in which different types of properties are rented out for public use, such as sport complex, stadium, public recreational park and many more. Talking about stadium, since it can accommodate more guests and activities, stadium are more expensive to rent. The rental price could reach up to 3,000k monthly. That's all from me. Thank you.
I will now continue for the next point, which is service charge. As you know, Klang Municipal Council also includes, in order to increase the revenue stream, includes penalties and fines. So service charge such as development fees, car parking fees and waste collection fees. First of all, development fees is according to Akta Perancangan Desa, Bandar dan Desa 1976. In first schedule, it's stated following the act, which is the residents or the applicant can pay for a lump sum if the total does not exceed 100,000. But if they want to buy per installment, they can purchase in according to the second schedule, and the total must be exceed for 100,000. And if a local authority deny an applicant for a second schedule Form D, they need to provide Form C of second schedule in order to pay installments of consist 8% per year. So next, for the car parking fees, starting with May to 2018, there is one app called Flexi app that are provided by the Klang Municipal Council for the residents, which is they need to pay using the apps for the parking fees during the office hour. These car parking fees are waived through public holidays and weekends. So these are the listed for the rates of car parking fees. Next, for the waste collection fees, is Klang Municipal Council also provides waste collection in a bulk for the residents, especially for a landed property. So these are the rates for the waste collection fees according to days. Next, I will talk about the compounds and fines. First is illegal parking. These are the rates from the lowest to highest according to the traffic jams. So next, for the open burning, whoever do the open burning, they are fined or get a penalty from the Klang Municipal Councils up to 1,000. For lastly, in order to do the payments, they can go to the kiosk counter or make an online for a credit. So they just go to the website which called iPay MPK. They can pay online through the website. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
And I will continue this presentation about the rating and assessment tax in Klang Municipal Council. Owners of property in any local authority area are subject to an assessment tax. It does not matter if the property you own is occupied or unoccupied, you still have to pay the assessment tax. The assessment tax rate based on the annual rental value and the fixed rate. In the first half of the year, payment of assessment tax often made on February 28 or 29, whereas in the second half, payment is typically made on August 31. There are three principles in rating and assessment tax, which is the first one is tone of the lease. The annual rent of a property may change, and it's important to know when it will be valued. The tone of the lease is chosen based on the overall circumstances and recent analysis. The second one is rebus sextantibus. Valuing a property in its current state is called rebus sextantibus. The property is valued based on how it actually exists and is used at the time of the appraisal. The third one is hypothetical tenant, which is when valuing a property, it considered as if it's empty and available for rent. This includes considering all potential tenants. This is important because the annual value is based on the gross rental each year. The rating tax is applied on property in the MPK region, including residential, commercial, industrial, and vacant land. Assessment taxes are based on a proportion of the annual value, which is estimated by landlord based on the amount of rent they expect to earn each year. The annual value is the projected annual rental rate of a property and is based on 10% of the land's market value for unoccupied land. The assessment tax rate is set by the Klang Municipal Council and approved by the state government. The rates are similar to interest rate, and it shows the assessment tax rate for different types of property enforced by the Klang Municipal Council, which is residential building 6.5%, commercial building 10.5%, industrial building 11.5%, and vacant land is using improved value, which is 10% of market value. So there are three methods of valuation in rating, which is comparison method, profit method, and also cost method. According to the Local Government Act of 1971 in Malaysia, property owners must pay the assessment tax by the end of February or August. Those who do not pay will receive a notification and may have difficulty conducting business with the local government. Property owners can submit an objection to the Klang Municipal Council within a set deadline. So in conclusion, this report explains the law and regulation related to taxes imposed by the Klang Municipal Council (MPK), including the assessment tax. It also explains the sources of revenue for MPK and the importance of this earning for providing services to the community. The report also covers the concept of rating and how it is calculated, and provides students with a better understanding of taxation within local authorities. So overall, this report was designed to give students a comprehensive understanding of a tax system in the local authorities and to equip them with the knowledge and skills needed to critically evaluate and analyze the impact of taxes in the community. So that's all from us. Thank you so much.